Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. Today we'll be doing a triple review, so it's a little bit special. Today we'll be reviewing the S.H.Figuarts Vegito, the S.H.Figuarts Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Vegito, as well as the S.H.Figuarts Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Vegito Exclusive Edition. Now there is one more Vegito Figuarts that I'm aware of, which is the 1.0 body with the blue hair, but I don't have that one, so we'll just be reviewing the 1.0 and the 2.0 releases. Effectively, this is a double review, but it is technically a triple review because of the event exclusive, because we're sort of comparing the 1.0 and 2.0, but the event exclusive does count as well. Now, I've had the 1.0 Vegito in my collection for a long time, and I just haven't looked at it. And I've also had the 2.0 one twice, because there's back when I was initially into S.H.Figuarts, I had one that was brand new and sealed, and for some reason I never opened it. Then I was selling my entire collection. Then just at the last second, before I got rid of every single Figuarts, I decided, you know what, let's collect them all like an idiot. And then I had to track down all of the ones that I'd sold and realized how much rarer and more expensive they had become at that point. So I had to track down a different 2.0 Vegito. So this one has been pre-loved, but whoever had it before me did take very good care of it. So we'll jump right into unboxing. So 1.0 taken out of the box. He's actually got a pretty good loadout for a 1.0 figure. I mean, all 1.0 figures, they did pretty good, but this one especially was pretty good. So we've got the figure itself, we've got an alternate Super Saiyan hair sculpt, as well as 5 faces, 2 for the base form and 3 for the Super Saiyan. We've got a folded arms accessory, as well as the Spirit Sword. So really solid loadout right out of the gate. I think they did a great job on that one. The 2.0 one also has a really solid loadout. So we've got the figure itself, we've got 4 faces, a really long Spirit Sword, as well as a final Kamehameha effect part. And the event exclusive is a little bit different as well. No longer do we have the Spirit Sword, but we do have a blue aura effect, but we do still have the final Kamehameha and all of the same faces. And taken out of the box and lined up, here are all the figures. So you can sort of see the different eras that we went through with Dragon Ball. So the 1.0, where there was a much heavier emphasis on paint and color, the 2.0, which was a heavy emphasis on plastic and vibrancy, and the event exclusive, where we just shine up everything and change the color just to see what we can get away with, but effectively being a re-release of an older figure that is hard to get. But if you live in Australia, both figures cost about the same anyway in the aftermarket, so, you know, dealer's choice, honestly. But all of the figures look pretty good in their own right. I'm always at odds with if I like the 1.0 designs for the bodies or not. There are things to like about them and things to hate about them, but in general, they are trying their best. Now you will notice that on my rotating display, none of these figures stood up properly, and that's just because the weight distribution on them is kind of awkward, and that kind of sucks. You just need to get them into the sweet spot or just give them the stand. But we'll jump right into posability, so we'll do the 1.0 first. So he's got a ball joint in the head and neck, not a huge range of motion, it is a pretty old figure at this point. The arms can rotate all the way around. The sort of shoulder cuff is a bit awkward, but it is what it is. Not much of a butterfly. There is an upper arm swivel, bend at the elbow, ball hinge at the wrist. There is a ball joint in the waist, which allows for an okay amount of movement. You can do the splits that far, kick forward and back that far, bend at the knee, and if you want to return the leg, you need to pull it under the sort of like knee cuff, which is weird. There's a pivot at the ankle, bend at the toes. All fairly normal for the 1.0 figures. It's just that the sculpt is super easy to break, and at this point the joints are fairly loose. I don't know if that's sort of indicative of how they were originally, but at this point it is a pretty old figure. Next, the 2.0, so this is the same as the event exclusive, so what I say here is the same for both. So ball joint at the head and neck. It's a little bit stiff in the neck, and the neck is really long in this figure, which makes the sculpt weird. So his arm can rotate all the way around, there's a floating sort of shoulder cuff, rotate at the upper arm, bend at the elbow, ball joint at the the wrist, not much of a butterfly. This is the 2.0 Goku body, pretty much exactly the same, just the gloves and boots are slightly different. There's a ball joint at the chest, which allows for, you know, the regular movement, rotation of the waist, do the splits that far, kick forward and back that far, swivel at the thigh, double bend at the knee, as well as a pivot and hinge at the ankle and bend at the toes. These are sort of like the Vegeta ankles, so they don't work the best for the 2.0s, but for the most part, this is exactly the same as like a Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku. Now for faces, we get a pretty good amount. So for the 1.0, there's the neutral face out of the box. There's the mouth open, sort of smiling, shouting face looking to the side, so that classic Yosha style for Vegito. For the Super Saiyan here, we get a neutral face, a looking to the side, sort of smirking face, as well as a mouth open shouting face. For the 2.0 Vegito, we get a smirking face out of the box, and again, the neck is pretty long and looks kind of weird. To swap out the faces, you do also need to swap out the bangs, which is kind of weird, but yeah, I guess it's okay. He's also got a teeth-gritted angry face, as well as a shouting face. The face that you don't need to swap the bangs for is a shouting face looking to the side, which is predominantly used for his final Kamehameha, and the bangs are sort of moving to the side in the wind a little bit. These faces are pretty much exactly the same on the event exclusive. The skin is way paler though, and the face detail is a little bit sharper. So the smirking face, teeth-gritted angry face, although he's looking down into the side this time, a mouth open shouting face, and a mouth open shouting face looking to the side. Again, has the same bang swapping mechanic, which is still kind of weird. And with those accessories, you can get the figures into some pretty good poses. I will say that the 1.0 holds poses pretty damn well, even though initially I didn't think it would. Like, for example, the Spirit Sword, the 1.0 figure has no trouble holding it up, whereas the 2.0 Figuarts cannot hold it up. The weight is insane. Whether this was brand new or not, I don't think the joints could have held it up. I do heavily recommend getting a separate base just to hold the Spirit Sword. But the 2.0 does have the superior Spirit Sword because it is way bigger, way spikier, way brighter, but it's mainly because of the separation gimmick. So you can separate it sort of at the tip, and it comes with an alternative piece that you can hook onto the back of Zamasu and have it look like you are piercing through him. And that alone is a really, really cool thing. You do also get the final Kamehameha effect. Between that and the 2.0 event exclusive one, it's the same final Kamehameha, one's just colored differently. Both really cool. The flexible lightning is nice, and it's one of the first figures I believe that had like an effect part connect into the hands for like a Kamehameha. So that's pretty cool. The 1.0 also has folded arms accessories, which is nice. It's weird that the 2.0s don't have that. It would make sense, especially since they have the more playful faces as well. But yeah, that's kind of weird. But in general, all pretty good releases. I will say the funniest thing out of all of these figures though is that the 1.0 figure for the Kamehameha hands, they weren't unique hands. They were just regular Goku hands that they molded in white, so they still have nails on them, which is really, really funny. And just shows like what old S.H.Figuarts was like. I do appreciate that. I think it's kind of fun. But all of these figures are in general pretty good. If I would say the one that's the least impressive, it's honestly probably the event exclusive one, just because I don't really like the high glossy paint or the paler skin tone. And the accessory set that the regular 2.0 has is nicer, and I like the vibrant colors in that one more. I do understand what they were doing with the event exclusive, but I don't think it was nearly as nice as some of the other event exclusives they've done with that sort of color scheme with the more metallic-y look. I will say the event one's hair looks really, really nice though. It's sort of in line with that new blue Vegeta that they did last year. And that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed that review, and I will see you all next time. Oh hi, I didn't see you there. As you can see, I'm hard at work making new videos for the channel. Now, while I'm happy with where the channel is right now, I could use your help. By liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel, it helps out the YouTube algorithm and recommends my channel to more people. So if you like any of my videos, please let me know, it really helps out. And if you liked this one, please let me know too. It means a lot to me, and I really, really appreciate all of you guys.